What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel this week. My name is Priscilla. I am a Nigerian women's wear designer based in London. I'm coming to you from my new home, which I'm so happy and so blessed and so grateful to be in. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make an off-the-shoulder pattern and go on ahead to test the patterns. So this is something that I worked from the Bodice blog. If you haven't seen that already, I'm going to be linking it down below. I start off with that pattern and I go on to develop an off-the-shoulder design. You guys really wanted to see this because I put on a poll on the community page and this was the most voted request. So I'm going to go on ahead and make the pattern, and towards the end of the video test the pattern to see if I made any mistakes, correct them, and just save you guys the pain of having to go through the same thing of making that mistake and not really knowing what is wrong. So if you guys would like to see how this pattern is made as well as the testing, make sure to keep on watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you actually want to keep seeing more pattern tutorials, fashion design videos, and so on. And without further ado, let's jump straight into this video. I have my usual tools laid out here ready to go. The first thing I'm going to be needing is my bodice front and back, which I have made in the previous tutorial, and if you haven't seen that already, please go check it out. I also have my set square and my pattern master, my fabric and paper scissors, marker pen, pencil, tape measure, and eraser. I also will be needing pattern paper because we are making patterns. So I also got myself calico. About a meter should be enough to test out the patterns towards the end of the video, as well as some pins. So you need to take the following measurements. If you've already done your basic bodice, you need to decide how deep you want the neckline to be, how much you want the sleeve to drop around your top bicep and around your mid bicep. So once those measurements are taken down, the next thing you need to do is to duplicate your front and your back bodice. So this will just prevent you from messing up your blocks, and then you have this template to plan your design. So I'm going to be starting out with the front, and the first thing I'm going to do is to elongate that vertical line that divides the dart into two halves. So once that line goes all the way from the shoulder to the hip, I have something that will automatically divide this front into two panels. So once that is done, I'm just going to my center front and I'm marking 11.5 centimeters down the center front because that's how deep I want my neckline to sit. I'm also coming to the armhole and I'm marking 7 centimeters down the shoulder, and I'm going to be connecting the depth of that neckline to the arm curve, and I'm going to be doing it sort of like a V sweetheart form. You can decide to do something a bit more straight, something a bit more rounded, but I just like sweetheart necklines a lot. So next up, I'm going to be dropping my shoulder by 6 centimeters, and you can see the line is a bit more slanted than your shoulder line because this is going to be falling down your arm, and you know your arm is a bit more rounded. So once you drop that 6 cm point, you connect it to the neckline that we drew earlier on, and then you can go ahead and draw in the off shoulder sleeve. So I'm slanting in the line even more, and I'm drawing a line that is 6 centimeters wide, and that's how wide the off shoulder sleeve is going to be around the top of your arm. Before moving ahead, ensure to double check that this off shoulder sleeve is wide enough to wrap around the top and mid bicep. If it's not wide enough, I suggest you elongate it even more to be sure that it would sit comfortably along your top arm. So on here, I'm just marking 2 cm on inside panel 1 and panel 2, and I'm rolling it back to the bust point like so, because you know your bust line is a bit fuller than that top chest area, so you want to take a bit from that top side seam and then raise the edge of panel 1 by 1.5 centimeters so that edge connects easier with the edge of panel 2 because of the direction of the slant that this panel has. This will make more sense when I actually sew and test the pattern later on, and you understand why I did this. So I'm just using an orange pen to indicate the parts we need to trace out for the panels that we need, and you can see panel 1 is marked like so, and panel 2 will include that off shoulder extension that we did. So I got myself some pattern paper. I traced off my separate panel 1, my separate panel 2. I added a 1 centimeter seam allowance all the way around except the center front because I want the center front to be cut in a fold. I added my grain lines, and you need to cut 2 panels for the side, one for the left and one for the right hand side. So once that is done, you just go ahead, cut out your panels, and then you have your sort of off shoulder bodice that goes from your neckline to your waist. If you want to extend this to your hip, you can go ahead and do so, but I'm just going to be working with up to the waist measurement for now. So we're going to be repeating essentially the same thing for the back, extending that vertical line so we have a clear division for panel 1 and 2. Drop the neckline by 12 centimeters down the center back because I want the back to be a bit lower, and then mark 7 centimeters down the back arm curve and connect them like so. So the back I wanted to be a bit more rounded, so it's just nice and clean on the back of the dress. And then I'm going to mark what side is panel 1, panel 2, indicate my center back, and then go on to drop that shoulder by a slant line. The line is slanted by about 30 to 45 degrees. It doesn't have to be accurate. I think the beauty about patterns is you make the pattern, you test it out, and then you make any necessary amendments and correction. So after dropping about 6 cm, I connected it to the neckline at the back before going in to draw our 6 cm wide off shoulder sleeve that is just like a band that goes across the top arm around the biceps. So once that is done, I'm just using a curved line to connect the point here, which I've used to ensure that my band is the same width as the front one, so they join across the side. So like we did for the front, I'm just marking 1 centimeter on either side of my panels and ruling that back in so it has a really nice snug fit even on the back seams of the off shoulder bodice. Now using my orange marker, I'm just marking what lines I actually want to trace out. Like we did for the front, we have the center back panels and we have our side panel. So once those are clearly traced out, when it's time for me to trace out my patterns, I am sure of what I need to trace out. So I went ahead and I traced out my back panels. You have panel 3 on the side and panel 4 for the center back. You need to cut 2 for each. Add your 1 centimeter seam allowance, so this gives you room to join all of your pieces together to have one whole off shoulder bodice that could either sit on the top of a dress, as a top of its own, on top of a jumpsuit, or whatever you want to use this design to make. So once that is done, we have our patterns complete. There are 4 in total, and then I just got myself some calico, cut out the patterns just to check for errors. So I've cut out my front pieces and my back pieces as well. You have my center front like so, and I'm just going in to pin the side panels on this point here, and I'll pin the other side panels so I can sew the side panels to the center front panel and have one full piece for the front of the off shoulder bodice. Don't forget to match your notches, which is at the bust point, and this should just make everything align nice and neatly. So I'm going to be sewing on a 1 centimeter seam allowance, which is how much we added on the pattern. Sewing from the beginning all the way to the end. You don't have to use a tight stitch, it can be any loose stitch. This is just to make a quick sample to test your patterns. So I'm going to do the same thing for the back. I'm pinning my side panels to my center back panels, pinning the left and the right hand side as well, so I know once I sew up those sort of mid seams, I have just the center back open and the side seams to work on. So I'm going to take this to my machine and sew on a 1 centimeter seam allowance using a normal straight stitch from the beginning all the way to the end, repeating this for the left and for the right hand side. So once that is done, this is what the sample should look like at this point. I just pinned together my side seams as well as my sleeve seams, let's just call them that, because the front off shoulder seam has to connect to the back, and that's why they have to be the same width so they match correctly and nicely. So I'm just sewing all the way from the beginning to the end. I'm sewing my side seams here, I've marked my notches, and I'm just sewing from the top to the bottom on a normal straight stitch. So I just pinned it on my body to check for fit. As you can see, the front is a little bit big. I just pinned how much I want to take away from the pattern. So I would need to take away about 1 to 2 centimeters from that top of the front seam on the top and at the bottom. And as you can see, the sleeve is a little bit big, which I was very surprised by. The sleeve looked really tiny, but when I wore it, it looked a bit big, and you want the sleeve to fit just right so the dress does not, or the top does not fall off the shoulder when you have it on. So once I've had this pinned in place, you can see the back is a little bit big as well. I'm just going to make some corrections. So I removed 2 centimeters from the top and the bottom of the front panels along the nipple seam. I added 2 centimeters to the top of the center front panel edge so it matches nicer to the side panels. I removed from the top of the sleeve and from the center back panels as well. So these are all of my patterns done and corrected. It's a little rough around the edges, so if this is supposed to be sent to client, I'll probably redo it in fresh pattern paper and make it look nice and professional. But with that said, the tutorial is done. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope you learned something. If you did enjoy, please give this video a thumbs up, comment all of your suggestions, questions and ideas down below, and until my next video, have a good morning, afternoon and evening wherever you are. Bye.